Hey guys, so Mahindra has launched the Mojo UT300, which is supposed to be a lower spec version of the Mojo that already exists. So I decided to visit the showroom and check out what it's like. When it comes to the changes, the first thing that I noticed that the golden upside down forks are gone now and it's replaced by traditional telescopic forks. Visually, yes, it's a big change because those fat golden forks really look imposing up front. Now that's gone. But in terms of handling, I don't really know because I didn't get to ride the bike. Also, I don't know if a user will be able to tell the change while riding because upside down forks provide more rigidity than usual telescopic ones. But how many people really push the bike hard enough to notice any flex from the front suspension in terms of handling? Next up, the major change that they have done on this bike is the EFI is now gone. It's replaced by a carbureted unit, which definitely lowers the price. But I'm absolutely sure, knowing how EFI works versus carburetor, the throttle response is probably going to be not as crisp. But then again, I'll reserve my ultimate comments until I get to ride the bike. The next major change that I could notice is that it doesn't have the two silencers anymore. So for a person like me, I would love to have lesser weight, and one silencer less definitely means lesser weight. But I don't know how other people would receive it because the two silencers kind of gave it a twin cylinder look, the older Mojo that is, and that's gone now. So a big change in the UT300, which is definitely going to have real world effect in the way you drive and the way the bike handles, is the tires. The UT300 now comes with MRF tires instead of the Pirellis that were there, and honestly I thought the older Mojo used to stop quicker, not because of the brakes but because of the amazing tires it had. With the MRFs, I'm doubtful. One change which I thought was kind of unnecessary was that this the UT300 does not have the LED light strips up front which the older Mojo had, and I think it's unreasonable. It's forced just to ensure that the XT300 is still the one which has all the goodies, but it's kind of unfair. Not that I care about LED strips. My issue with this package right now is so it's going to be priced considerably lower than the other older Mojo, about 25,000 lower. While that brings the Mojo down to the same price band as the Dominar, and it should be in the contention for someone who's shopping for a Dominar, that's good news for the Mojo. But would it also not cannibalize people who were looking at the older Mojo? Because it doesn't even have ABS, right? The older one. So will someone be willing to spend 25,000 primarily for the EFI and maybe better suspension up front? I'm not sure. I would want to hear from you in the comments section. So the nomenclature now is going to be UT300, which is the cheaper one, and XT300, which is the more expensive one. UT stands for Ultimate Tourer, XT stands for Xtreme Tourer. How is Ultimate inferior to Xtreme? I'm not quite sure. What's extreme about the one which is priced higher? Again, I'm not really sure. Yes, it's better equipped, but is it extreme? I mean, if it was the adventure spec version with spoke wheels and more suspension travel, I would understand being called XT, but it's not. So yeah, that's more or less my roundup of the UT300. It's going to be available in two colors. The red one was there in the showroom, and I think there's a blue one coming. I'm not really sure about it. I want to know, what do you think? Is this going to finally make the Mojo sell slightly better? Is this going to be the beginning of the end for the XT300? Tell me all about it. Thank you.